to return to the idea about naming things and controlling them. Jesus, in John's Gospel, says, if, hear that word, if you continue in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. How we like to quote that passage by just using the last half of it. Throw out all that business about continuing in his word and being his disciples. Just say, the truth will make you free. That's not what Jesus said. He said, if you continue in my word, then you are my disciples, then you will know the truth, then the truth will make you free. We are in bondage to a way of life. We are in bondage to personal transportation instead of mass transit. We are in bondage to carbon-based fuels. We are in bondage to a market-based economy that says the ultimate goal is to expand and accumulate. We are in bondage to be an empire and to the military-industrial complex that supports it. We spend billions of dollars for defense, while education, healthcare, housing, and other infrastructure needs go unfulfilled. We continue to poison our world with the emissions from carbon-based fuels. We continue the myth that we are defined by stuff and not by being, by how much we own and have, instead of considering sufficiency and sustainability as the basis of a just economy in which we can nurture the abundant life of being. We continue to enter into wars, so much so that America has virtually been in a continuous state of war for the last half-century. All of it in third world countries. El Salvador and Nicaragua by proxy, Vietnam, Laos, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, and now Syria looms on the horizon. When will it all end? I stand before you knowing that to question these things, to speak the truth about America as empire, raises all kinds of uncomfortable questions for us, and who we are as a people, and who we are as individuals. We are all, to one degree or another, like that Gerasene demoniac. We are in bondage to the way things are, and we are truly too frightened about what an alternative way of life might look like. And so collectively we continue to live in bondage, because freedom, true freedom, is just too scary. And yet, there is a word of hope. Ask anyone who is in a 12-step program about the presence of a higher power, a power that sets them free, non-violently, and with compassion and grace. And as an empire, consider this. Of all the empires of history, they've all passed away. And yet the people and their cultures continue to exist. America can still be America without being an empire. So here is the message from Jesus for us today. You do not need to play the game. You do not need to cooperate with maintaining the status quo. I said you, I should say we. We do not need to live out our life in bondage to drugs, to alcohol, to gasoline, to an opulent first world lifestyle, to wealth and accumulation, to supporting empire and to perpetual war. That is the world's game. And we do not need to live by the world's game. We have a choice. We can choose to follow Jesus, to become a disciple, to truly be set free. God is with us. And God only desires our healing and our wholeness. And God has revealed the way of that healing and the way of that wholeness in Jesus of Nazareth. In Jesus who says, I am the way and the truth and the life. And no one comes to the Father except through me. Jesus is the way. Jesus who says to us, truly I say to you, if you say to this mountain, to the world, to the powers that be, if you say to this mountain, be taken up and thrown into the sea, and if you do not doubt in your heart, but believe what you say will come to you and will come to pass, it will be done for you. Jesus is the way. Jesus who says, so if the Son makes you free, you will be free indeed. John Dominic Crossan, one of my favorite theologians, says, without God, we cannot be set free. Without you, God will not set you free. God has called us into relationship. God has invited us into the kingdom. God is waiting for us to act. He has shown us the way. In Him, the light of the world has come. Real truth. The question is, do we prefer the darkness of the status quo to the light of the gospel?